40 kilometers off the coast of Brazil, an island rises from the Atlantic mist. Beautiful, silent, and forbidden. No one is allowed to set foot here without a doctor on standby. This is Ilha da Queimada Grande, Snake Island. Somewhere beneath that canopy, one venomous snake waits for every square meter of land. Scientists call it the deadliest island on Earth. A single bite from its most famous resident can kill a grown man in under an hour. For decades, the Brazilian Navy has banned civilians from ever landing here. But why would a government fear one small island so much? The answer lies buried in millions of years of evolution, and a secret that would change how the world sees this forgotten island forever. To understand this island, we must travel back 11,000 years, to a time when Snake Island wasn't an island at all. It was connected to the mainland by a narrow strip of land, home to countless golden lancehead vipers hunting freely across the forest floor. Then, as the last ice age ended, rising sea levels drowned the land bridge and cut this small patch of forest off from the world forever. Trapped on this isolated island, the golden lancehead vipers faced a crisis. Their usual prey on the ground was gone. With no other choice, evolution forced them upward, into the trees, where their only remaining prey now lived: migratory birds. Over thousands of generations, their venom evolved too, becoming 5 times more potent than any mainland viper, built to kill a bird before it could fly away. This single evolutionary twist created the golden lancehead, a species found nowhere else on Earth, and one of the most dangerous snakes ever documented. Today, researchers estimate 1 snake for every square meter of usable land, though the exact number remains fiercely debated among scientists. This uncertainty is exactly why, in 1985, the Brazilian Navy sealed the island completely, banning all civilian access without exception. But one question still haunted scientists. If the island was so deadly, how did anyone ever survive long enough to study it at all? In the early 20th century, the island's first keeper lived here with his family, tending a lighthouse built to warn ships away from the rocky coast. Local legend says the keeper and his entire family vanished one night and were later found dead, their bodies marked with strange bite wounds. Historians caution this story lacks verified documentation, but the lighthouse was permanently abandoned, and no keeper ever lived there again. By the 1920s, the Brazilian government officially automated the lighthouse, ensuring no human would ever need to live on the island again. With no permanent residents left, the golden lancehead vipers ruled the island completely undisturbed, until one team of scientists dared to return. In the 1980s, herpetologist Marcos Freire led one of the first serious scientific expeditions onto the island, determined to understand its deadly secret. Every step required snake-proof boots, thick gaiters, and a partner ready to inject anti-venom within minutes. There was no room for a single mistake. Within the first hour, the team spotted something extraordinary. Vipers coiled directly on tree branches, waiting silently for birds to land. In a single strike, the snake's fast-acting venom stopped the bird mid-flight, a hunting adaptation found almost nowhere else in the world. The team documented this behavior on film for the first time. But that same night, back at camp, something even stranger would happen. As darkness fell, the researchers heard rustling beneath their tent floor, the unmistakable sound of scales sliding across dry leaves. By morning, the team counted over a dozen vipers within just 10 meters of their camp, a density unlike anything recorded on the mainland. This wasn't just survival, it was total dominance. On Snake Island, the golden lancehead had no natural predators left to fear. But this uncontested rule raised a chilling question. What would happen if these snakes ever left the island and reached the mainland? It was this exact fear that led the Brazilian Navy to enforce its strictest rule yet: a permanent, near-total ban on human access. Only a handful of scientists, escorted by armed naval personnel, are ever granted permission to land here. And even then, only once or twice a year. Among the returning researchers was Dr. Marcos Freire, now leading a deeper study, this time searching for something no one had ever tested before. He wanted to know exactly how deadly this venom truly was, and whether it held secrets that could help, not just harm, the outside world. Laboratory tests revealed the venom could destroy tissue, cause massive internal bleeding, and in rare cases, kill within 30 minutes of a bite. But hidden inside this same deadly toxin, researchers discovered a compound that would soon change modern medicine forever. That compound would go on to inspire a class of medication used to treat high blood pressure, helping save countless human lives around the world. The very creature feared as a killer had, without knowing it, become one of medicine's most unexpected allies. This discovery made the island even more valuable and even more dangerous to lose. Poachers soon began to take notice. On the black market, a single golden lancehead viper could sell for tens of thousands of dollars, making the island a target for illegal traffickers. The Brazilian Navy soon discovered evidence of illegal landings and realized the island's greatest threat might no longer be the snakes, but the people hunting them. In response, Brazil classified the golden lancehead as critically endangered and made poaching on the island a serious federal crime. But laws on paper couldn't stop determined smugglers. Naval patrols increased, and a silent war began between conservationists and traffickers. In 2003, a joint patrol intercepted a boat near the island, carrying dozens of illegally captured vipers, one of the largest seizures in the island's history. The bust confirmed the Navy's worst fear. The island's ecosystem was under real, active threat, and time was running out to protect it. With poaching pressure rising, scientists faced a new race against time, to study the island's secrets before they could ever be lost forever. In the years that followed, researchers noticed something troubling. The golden lancehead population appeared to be shrinking faster than expected. Illegal poaching was only part of the problem. Something else, something unseen, was quietly reshaping the island's fragile ecosystem. Scientists soon discovered invasive plant species creeping across the island, introduced accidentally by previous human visits decades earlier. These invasive plants were slowly choking the native trees the vipers depended on, the very trees where migratory birds once safely landed. For the first time, researchers realized the island's greatest danger wasn't the snakes at all. It was the slow, silent collapse of their entire world. With extinction now a real possibility, an international team of biologists arrived to launch the island's first full ecological survey. Using thermal drones and motion sensors, the team began mapping every viper's location, creating the most detailed survey the island had ever seen. The results were staggering. Snake density had dropped nearly 40% in just 2 decades, far faster than natural decline alone could explain. Combined with poaching, habitat loss, and invasive species, the island's most iconic predator now stood dangerously close to disappearing forever. Faced with this crisis, scientists proposed a radical plan, one that had never before been attempted on Snake Island. The plan involved carefully removing invasive plants by hand, restoring native trees, and doing it all without disturbing a single viper. Every single task on the island came with mortal risk. One wrong step near the undergrowth could mean a bite with no time to spare. Slowly, over months of painstaking work, native trees began to return, and with them, the birds the vipers had always depended on. For the first time in years, population surveys showed a small but real increase in the number of golden lancehead vipers on the island. But just as hope began to grow, satellite data revealed something alarming happening on the island's northern shore. Something no one expected. A rapid response team was dispatched to the northern shore, and what they found stopped them cold in their tracks. Scattered across the rocks were dozens of shed snake skins, far more than any natural molting cycle could explain in one season. Genetic testing on the skins revealed something no one anticipated: traces of a second, previously undocumented viper lineage. For decades, the world believed only one venomous species ruled this island. That assumption was about to be completely overturned. Researchers now faced an urgent new question. Had this second lineage always been hidden here? Or had it arrived from somewhere else entirely? To answer this, researchers turned to old expedition records buried in Brazilian archives, documents untouched for nearly 70 years. Buried within a 1950s field journal, they found a faded sketch. A snake, unlike any officially recorded species on the island. The journal's author, a forgotten naturalist, had written a chilling note in the margin. This one does not belong here. No further explanation was found. The naturalist's expedition records ended abruptly just weeks after that final entry. Whatever this mysterious lineage was, one thing was now certain. Snake Island still held secrets no modern scientist had ever uncovered. Armed with this new lead, the research team returned to the northern shore, this time searching not for vipers, but for something else entirely. Deep within a hidden rock crevice, a camera drone captured something extraordinary. A snake with subtly different scale patterns, never seen before. DNA comparison confirmed it. This was not a new species at all, but an isolated population of golden lancehead, separated for generations by geography alone. The mystery wasn't a hidden monster. It was proof of just how little the world truly understood about this small, isolated ecosystem. The old naturalist's warning, once thought to be a sign of danger, was now understood differently. A simple note about a snake he never got the chance to study. With the mystery resolved, the team shifted focus back to the island's most urgent challenge: ensuring the golden lancehead's survival for generations to come. A controlled breeding and habitat protection program was finally approved, the first of its kind ever attempted for this species. For the first time, scientists successfully bred golden lancehead vipers in captivity, a milestone once thought nearly impossible. Slowly, carefully, a small number of captive-bred vipers were reintroduced to protected zones of the island under close observation. For the first time in over a decade, population numbers on Snake Island began to show a genuine, sustained recovery. But even as the population recovered, one final threat still loomed on the horizon. A threat far larger than poachers or invasive plants. Climate scientists warned that rising sea levels could shrink the island's already limited land, threatening to erase its ecosystem entirely within decades. Unlike poaching, this was a threat no naval patrol or breeding program could stop. It required the world to pay attention. Researchers began publishing their findings worldwide, turning this forbidden island into a global symbol of fragile, irreplaceable biodiversity. What began as a story of fear and mystery had transformed into something far greater. A global call to protect what little wild, untouched nature remains. Back in the lab, Dr. Freire's team made one final discovery. A discovery that would tie the entire story together at last. The venom compound that once inspired blood pressure medication was now showing early promise in treating certain blood clotting disorders too. The island once feared as a place of pure death was now recognized as one of the most medically valuable ecosystems on the planet. Every piece now fit together: the isolation, the evolution, the venom, the danger, and the discovery, all connected by one extraordinary chain of events. The shocking truth was clear. Snake Island's greatest danger had always carried within it the potential to save countless human lives. Today, Dr. Freire's early research continues through a new generation of scientists, carrying forward his life's work on this forbidden island. The golden lancehead viper, once nearly lost to poaching and habitat loss, now survives here. nowhere else on Earth, exactly as it always has. For the people of Brazil, this island stands as a powerful reminder that even the most feared creatures play an irreplaceable role in nature's balance. The Navy's ban remains in place today, not out of fear alone, but out of deep respect for a world that humanity still barely understands. Snake Island remains untouched, wild, and alive. A rare place on Earth where nature was allowed to write its own ending, from fear to discovery, from danger to healing. Snake Island's story teaches us that even nature's deadliest secrets can hold its greatest gifts. Somewhere beneath that ancient canopy, the golden lancehead still rules its forgotten kingdom. Silent, misunderstood, and utterly irreplaceable. This has been the true story of the world's most dangerous island, where evolution, isolation, and destiny collided in ways no one could have predicted. If this story captivated you, subscribe to Amazing Basit, where the world's most extraordinary true stories come to life. Amazing Basit, where every story leaves a mark.